everybody else, right?
Ray only had one, so.
Are you guys streaming on Periscope?
I know.
We've been dying to blow everybody away with our presentation.
Good luck.
All right.
Nice pink tie, by the way.
What?
Nice pink tie.
Takes a bold man to wear a pink.
It's Cancer Month, right?
I think that's exactly why.
This is a real man. So we don't want to interrupt your lunch. Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can give them the full attention. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Let's go for it, guys. Last but not the least. Okay.
All right.
So we want to thank everyone for coming out today. We here are the executive Zynga team, and what we're going to do is talk to you board members, investors, and analysts what we're going to do here as an organization in the past, present, and future. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to address some negative publicity that we recently received. 24/7 Wall Street put us as one of the 10 brands that's going to disappear in the year 2015. As you can see on the left-hand side, which is the full list of all the organizations, we're among some pretty poor company. We shouldn't be on this list.
Oh, no, blackberries. You guys recognize the name?
In addition to 2014, the list on the right represents some of the other companies that have been on the list for the past 7 or so years.
And now we know why Sanjay has chosen all these companies.
So 24/7 Wall Street has 7 criteria to rank the companies to determine if they're going to go on the list. We here at Zynga have fallen into 2 of those categories. The first one is we have had significant declining sales. The second one is that our company has lost a great majority of our customer base. Right now we're at about 50% of our peak capacity. So looking at metrics for 2014, we at Zynga are ranked number 18 out of the top 52 publishers for 2014 out of all gaming apps. We are at a very poor position. As you can see, the number 1 and number 2 competitors are Supercell and King, and those are 2 companies that we are going to aspire to be. Looking at more recent information, specifically iOS sales and the Google Play Store, we are not ranked on 2 key metrics, which is top 10 companies and top 10 apps for the year. Again, our 2 major competitors are on there. Both King and Supercell have presences in the market, but we are nowhere on the list. So looking at the whole application pyramid as a whole, we are almost at the bottom of the pyramid. We are at the lowest portion of the 2nd tier, and all we have right now is the opportunity for growth, so we need to take advantage of that. As you can see, we're pointing out our 2 main competitors again. King, they're pushing the $5 billion mark, and then Supercell is in the $5 to $10 billion range. So one way for us to tackle our problem is we need to acknowledge that 2015 is going to be a pinnacle year for the mobile gaming industry. As we all remember in our marketing seminar a couple months back, mobile gaming is supposed to surpass console gaming for the first time ever in history. And this is a trend that's supposed to maintain a consistency for the foreseeable future. So analyzing successful games that are out there, 90% of successful games fall under 5 specific categories. Those being puzzle type, strategy type, action with progress, and also card battler and farm type games. But there's still one key group of games that's not being shown on this list, and we here at Zynga are going to target that market, that 10%. So in order for us to accomplish that, we're going to use a merger and acquisition strategy. And we have basically a published committee charter that talks about what we do when we're the target company and what we do when we're the acquiring company. Since we're not talking about us folding, we're not talking about us dissolving the company, we're going to focus on the acquiring aspect of the strategy. So, what we've noticed at Zynga is that real money gaming is a trend, a revenue stream trend that's been increasing year over year, and that's something that we want to take advantage of. So, looking at 2014 metrics again, out of the top 10 apps, gaming apps for 2014, 4 out of 10 of them, or 40%, were casino-type games. And 10% of that market share actually produced 15% of the revenue. Oh, sorry, can you go back? And just to give you a heads up, we at Zynga have a preliminary exposure to that market. That's going to be the Wizard of Oz slots. And we also have an up-and-coming product that's coming out. It's going to be the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory social casino-type games. So, back to our merger and acquisition strategy, what we want to do is we want to identify key startups that are going to be successful for the casino-type games. And our most recent target is a startup called Rising Tide Games. They have a couple items that are coming up called Social Slots and also Black Diamond Casino. And what our goal here is to take their great product and their great idea and merge it with our brand name and market it to be a successful product. In addition to focusing towards casino-type gaming, we're going to do 2 other things that are noticeable and successful type gaming applications. The first is to use game as a service, where we promote ourselves on social media. And you know, we really did well with that in about 2012, when we had a really good contract with Facebook, which got revised recently, and you know, we lost a little bit of traction that we had in the market with that revision. So what we need to do is we need to reassess some of the key points that we had in there, maybe negotiate in some terms that will get us back more traction with social media. Another thing that we want to do is we want to do micro-transactional purchases with game progress on our apps. Basically, we want to have small fees like $1 here, $2 here, $3 here, where the user can basically develop a visual and structural progress on their gameplay that will make it customized to them, where they can see growth. And it'll be in such small increments that it won't be a big expense to them. So when we look back at how we've done since the beginning, you know, we started out with Words with Friends, and you know, we really hit it off with Farmville, Frontierville, and Cityville. And you know, since then we haven't had a good product. You know, we changed the Facebook agreement, and we lost a lot of traction, we lost revenue. But since then, we threw out Wizard of Oz slots, and we saw something happen. We saw an uptick in our revenue. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of that right away, and we want to push out the Willy Wonka social media game, and we also want to combine our merger and acquisition strategy with Rising Tide Games and put out their Black Diamond Casino. So, you know, besides our responsibility of, you know, increasing shareholder wealth,